question is, how can you be in the past and in the future and still be in the present? Hey, the present is a gift. Open up the flower of life, right? Consistency is key, baby. Yeah. Hey, this squad down my people right here. It was a pleasure to wake.
God, body, God, body, God, body. What's up, world? What's popping with it? What's the biz naives? Hey, we up in here. Yeah, we got the girl Scha. What's popping with you? Slim PJ, Slim.
Same old,
You know, what's good with you?
Not much. Another day, man.
Likely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most likely.
Same shit, different toilet.
Given circumstances, man, good as can be.
So here we go. We the day after the eclipse. The day after the eclipse. You know, You Mean the World to Me, man. I started off and I said present. Presently where you are, how do you feel the day after the eclipse? And then we're gonna get to the days, because it's like it's good to learn from the past to me, because it's like you always leave clues in the past to wake you up, to remind you of who you presently are, or what you're presently going through, or what's present. I think like that all the time. So how do y'all feel after the eclipse?
Honestly, in comparison, I definitely felt, I guess, whatever, with everything going on, all of my negative energy kind of turning into something different and something a little more empowering. So I'm in a little bit of a different space. I'm still in reality, but just kind of trying to flip my perspective to a positive one, if you will, or letting that positive perspective sink in.
God body.
That's another day, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a certain energy going on the past few months. You know, a lot of negative energy, you know what I'm saying? But it's just another day, man. Another day in the shit, you know? But the
that is life.
pretty
It's
damn
life.
cool.
Very
The clip
cool.
itself was cool. Yeah, I've been waiting a lifetime to see that, so I was pretty happy with it. But the day after, just another day, brother. Time to get.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
money.
enjoyed it more so than as a kid, because I couldn't see it. I didn't even understand what I was looking at as a child. And so it took a lot for me to even think, you know what, look through tinted glass, and I was able to see it real clear. So even that was it was different for me to figure out how I could see what was happening. So, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. The eclipse, when I be honest about it, I definitely feel a different connection to something. But if I can say how I really feeling up to the eclipse, I would have to start with how it started prior to the eclipse. Prior to the eclipse. Yeah, God body, you so-called gone in the physical, but you're not forgotten. I promise we was gonna still talk to you. Keep your name up in the air. Keep your name going. It's no way we would have it any other way. God body, Dirty Mag, God body. Hey, this is the time leading up to the eclipse, the times that I never thought I possibly would see. Under no circumstance, I never thought I would see my brother going from there to here. To here. And this is when I learned that things that we go through in this world are physical. Because it's difficult to go from here to here in a few months. But it's possible. It's possible. Man, long live the legend, God body, Dirty Mag. One love, King, one love. And we go. This is 1 month, not even a month later. Long live Sip, man. Long live the legend. Long live the God. Like we gonna keep y'all name going. Not even a full month later. You know, why? Why? It's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's almost unbelievable. But where there's dark, there's light. When everything goes dark, somehow the sun comes up. And it's an eye on everything. It is an eye on everything. God body. So just talking about that and speaking that, going through that, this has been some of the roughest times I've ever seen happen crash like that close at one time, ever. And then you see how it happened like almost suddenly, you know. But there were signs. There were signs along the way of everything. So when I just start looking at the earth, the field, the energy, I think right now is not the time to bicker, being small confrontations. Like if you ever had a goal or a vision of doing something, the time to do that is now. Like it's only one time to
Absolutely.
This is a prime example for me of exactly why you don't have time to be bickering and whatnot, is because me and Sip was bickering and hadn't spoken for a while and wouldn't have spoke for a while if it wasn't for you taking me over there. And you know what I'm saying? It could have easily been a point in time to where this brother moved on to the next world and I never got a chance to tell him that I love him. You know what I'm saying? So luckily I was able to do that. But, you know, when we be worrying about petty bullshit about, oh, this person said that or said this and getting all in our feelings, see, we done got way too sensitive as a society. We didn't turned into a bunch of wussy boys, but that's a whole nother thing. We ain't even gonna get me going on that yet. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey man, people, we got to get off the bull crap as a society. And you have to be conscious enough to say, you know what, I could be a real fucked up person right now, but I'm going to choose to be not to be that and be the higher, better road. We all have the ability to do that. It's free to be kind. It's free.
Right.
But it seemed like it costs people a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with the world.
you think about that, man. Yeah. Shalana, what you feeling?
You know, really, I agree with Perry a lot. And then, especially in times whenever I feel that people should be able to shift focus from self to, especially in this with, you know, for me, and I know, I feel like Perry, I got lost in the mix because I feel like I'm female. I kind of got brought into a group and pushed back out of it as I matured because me being a female, it created a lot of unnecessary drama. My name stayed in people's mouth. They was lying on me. At this point, I'm grown, and it really just is what it is. So there was a lot of just things going on that created mess that wasn't there, and then that mess, you know, reality along with that, right? It compounds into something bigger, and ultimately you know, people will pick a side. And sometimes there's not a side to pick. There's an understanding to be had. And some people miss that. And with that, they miss all the love that they could have had in life with all the bridges they burn along the way.
Most definitely.
That's life.
God body.
That's life.
You know.
But see, you know, do we learn? I mean, we in our 40s now, mid 40s. And it's like, hey man, we can't be running around here acting like we teenagers, pouting, walking away with the football because we ain't get our way. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real issue in society itself. I've been in hospitality 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Waiting tables, bartending, front desk, and people selfish. People are all about, I didn't get my way. And my thing is, it ain't my fault that mommy and daddy ain't tell you no enough as a kid. This shit should have been nipped in the bud by the time you're 10 years old. Now
That's
we in
the
our mid
one.
40s, acting like kids. Come on,
That's the one.
come on.
Yeah. So I'm saying the energy frequency we are on, that the planet has just shifted to, um, you don't have time to be trying to teach somebody to get it or to comprehend or what to do. There has to be an overall understanding. It has to be an overall just knowing. At some point, we're gonna have to get to the point where we just know, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. But you know, if you have the connections, it's power in numbers. And if you have connections to people, then you allow to put yourself in a situation where you know more, you can connect to more. But if you put yourself like in an energy where you're not productive, those energies are going to be forced to separate, or they're going to be forced to come together some other type of way. Like look at the internet. The
Absolutely.
internet, there's only one internet, but in the internet, there's many networks. So you look at how the networks compare to the internet versus how us as people are starting to connect or know we all on the device. There's really no personal connection. And that's what the time before the eclipse taught me, was to definitely get more in tune with your personal connection. And you will see unlimited capabilities. Like there's an unlimited amount of things that we can make happen. I don't know what Sha is saying, no feed, but yeah, but there's unlimited possibilities. I think we have gotten to the point where we can definitely tap into that unlimited realm from different places. Like, so the day after the eclipse, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm ready to get on a magic rug and feel like you're able to make other things happen. And that's how I'm really feeling the
Mm-hmm.
day after the eclipse. But it took a lot to get here. Yeah, like I say, seeing wow, planning a memorial or attempting to help Sip's parents prepare for his funeral, man. That's something. That's shout out to Mr. Gooden and Mrs. Gooden as well.
Absolutely.
Um, one love,
Real talk.
and my condolences go out to all friends, family, and somebody, because yeah, that happened a way that should never happen. Really happen to nobody, especially somebody as good as Sip. Like,
Yep.
especially as good as Sip. Now, now in a world where there's so many songs and so much music that Sip left here detailing his life. He detailed chapters in his life, and I think that we're all stars, and the people around you are co-stars to your movie. And there's a whole lot of people
True
that need to
story.
remember that they are stars themselves. You are a star yourself. Now, you
All right.
might be around somebody who is shining a little bit brighter than yours. You still supposed to shine your little star. Like, you're not supposed to be mad at that person because their light is shining a little harder than your light. Like, it's creating a chaotic environment. Like, know that we were all made with love. None of us made each other though. Like, so we all perfect imperfections. Like, everybody has an imperfection somewhere. Everybody has a
Mm-hmm.
perfection somewhere. You know, it's just like we got to start learning we're all connected. We all look different. All this is true. But no two babies I've ever seen were born racist or religious. I've never seen it. No,
It's
I've
like to
never.
me, the sky, and if the earth is the sky, there are a lot of stars. There's a moon, there's a sun. They all shine, they all glow. There's not a fight. And
No,
together it is beautiful. It's not like we pick it apart and we're like, no, that star is better than that star is better than that. No, I like, we might prefer a sunrise to a sunset, but ultimately it's all beautiful. It all works together if you can just appreciate it for what it is.
can it can. And yeah, it's time for a new culture, a new breath, a new light. It's time for that. And a
I
lot of
agree.
people are not willing to say I mean, yeah, we've seen what has had to happen. It's like the worst things have to happen for the best things to happen. It's like that's the heartbeat of life. Like the rhythm goes down sometimes and it goes back up and it goes down. Like unless this stuff happens, we don't know that we have stuff to live for. Like we forget. We just get caught up in the monotonous of every day of just, you know, having life. It's heartbreak. Like, you know what I'm saying? I say it's definitely like it's heartbreak. God body. Shout out to
You
Solar
said,
Drea too. Peace to the goddess. Shout out to Indigo. Peace to the goddess. Yeah, you know, anytime anybody want to pull up, man, y'all more than welcome. Anybody want to tap in, man? We remembering the life of Sip this week, but definitely Dirty. You are not being forgotten, King. You right there. You right there. We got a lot to keep you moving in the ethers too. But yeah, Sip, man, he got so much music that talked about his life, things he went through along the way, even things that predicted possibly how he would leave this earth. It's crazy. Like I want to promote him just like the FBG Ducks, the King Vons, the other people that have gotten promotion. Not because he lived or bragged about that life, but because artists are a lot of times glorified for the negative things, but not glorified for the positive things. This was a positive person that died in a negative manner.
you know what I enjoy about Sip and the music bit, you know. I mean, I didn't watch y'all do the music from day one back in high school, and you know, it was never my thing. I'm a music junkie. I love hip hop, the old school. I love music in general. I was a band geek. So, you know, I appreciated y'all making it. But Sip, shit, we in our mid-40s, passionate about music, the hip hop culture itself. It wasn't about,
Absolutely.
oh, hey, I'm here to high cap. I'm here to, you know, act like I'm this, I'm that. It's about some females. Oh, no, hip hop culture is about talking about your life on wax, on record, give it a name. And I know we down south and they like, oh, man, we, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look, the man was passionate about music, period. So that alone, it ain't like the day where, oh yeah, I want to be a rapper because that's cool. Nah, the man liked music and was dedicated to it up until he died. So you know what I mean? That's what you gotta can't help but to appreciate a brother who is passionate about what he do. And you can hear it in the songs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He was on a steady evolution from the day I met him. And that's kind of what I said I admired about him most. I'm not going to say, um, back in the day when I hit the scene, he was the strongest as a package. He had his strengths. But over time, he has evolved into this full package of a just perfect, strong symbol of all the things that society would have us glorify as negative, and somehow he used that negativity without glorifying it to say, hey, this is me, this is my life. He had other dreams and goals that people didn't know about. And it had absolutely nothing to do with what was being glorified. That was a means to an end, and a means to continue to invest in himself. So it's about an understanding, and it all for me was all about his music. In the end, he did whatever he had to do to pay bills. We all have to do that. Massage therapy. He evolved in healing, and the music was a part of that healing. The massage therapy was an evolution. The man was meant to heal hearts and minds, and that's what he did throughout his walk in life, and as well as in his music, so that he could leave that behind.
God body. God body. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, on the day he passed, some people I know, like I heard the story of basically the last people to hear from him, to ever talk to him. And they said they stopped by. One person leaves and said, I'm just gonna follow my spirit. They both leave, and he says, y'all not coming back. And I'm like, whoa, like, what would be the chances that be heard? It's what made me start taking my life and say present. You have to be present at all points in time now. Like be presently where you are, then you'll see the right thing. You'll know the right thing to do. Because you're really one with the actions. Like the things we're seeing in the world right now are results of choices. Different type of choices too. And a lot of times we protect it from negative, positive. We can end up being protected just by doing the correct things a lot of times. However, it is difficult living in the society we are to just be, it's a means of survival. Some people have jobs, and whatever the jobs are, it's like we're breaking those molds. We're realizing I think we're connected to more now. I think we're not having a problem seeing that at all. So yeah, we're remembering Sip. What I've learned from Sip is it's okay for you to tell your life from your opinion. I would love to bring anybody who knows Sip, they want to tap in. I put the link right here in the comments. Man, y'all pull up. I want to hear just some things y'all went through and what you actually think about, the life of Sip. Like remembering Sip. His mom seemed like she got something great for the memorial. Like she got something great brewing. I really think she wants to have it the way Sip would actually want to have his life. Like it's yeah. I think it's a lot to learn. For me, it's been a lot to learn from. To actually see people that you with, I don't take no one that I run across do I take their life for granted now. Nobody. It don't matter what it is. It's like you either a lesson, a signal I needed to see. I try to see everything around me as a purpose now. Because there's so many days that I think we just wake up, take people for granted and not really think, man, what if this is not like this tomorrow or the next day? So I've learned to breathe in, be present. I can, if I'm present, I can watch what I'm eating right now. I can watch what I'm thinking right now. I can be careful of what I pay attention. You can have temptations. You can exercise on demand. You can change your life on demand if you are just present. If you are just present, if you just be present with yourself, there is nothing you can't. Your limitations are taken off. The majority
I don't like the whole organized religion and all of that. I don't do none of that stuff. But one thing that the people call cuckoos, the Scientologists, is one thing that they say about their thing that I like. And they say, you need to audit yourself. You know what I'm saying? And people really need to take inventory of who they are. You know what I'm saying? And people be so worried about what the next man is doing, what society is doing, what the white man done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, man, people really need to take accountability for themselves. And every decision that you make has an impact for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? And you need to take accountability for that shit. Now, bad shit happen to good people all the time. That's why we here in the name of Sip, because bad shit happen to good people. But it takes times like this where people start thinking about their lives because it becomes a reality check. Well, it shouldn't have to get to this point for people to be audited themselves and taking self-inventory. It shouldn't take someone that you love suddenly not being here for you to start realizing that your life is precious. You only get one. In the words of Devin the Dude, you only get one ticket. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy.
So big. What you say? Sometimes you have something to say.
I was just agreeing with Perry, actually. For me, I don't think I ever took anyone for granted. I think my life took me away. And I tried desperately to create time I didn't have, but I have to agree that I wish, I review and I just wonder, like, yo, what could I have done differently to spend more time and be a little more present? in the worlds of people who had more understanding for me. It's almost like the people who understand our issues are the people we tend to invest a little less into just because they're
That's
not the
true.
ones yelling and screaming at us for our attention. And then, before you look around, yeah, you might get to appreciating it. Everybody might know how each other feels, but it's just so much time has passed. You understand, and you can't make up for that. And then that is all we can be is be as present as possible. And this year, like I said, it from the first death, it was a wake up call for me because I had been trying to get back to Dallas to see her before she died. Dirty, same. We weren't quite as close as Sip and I was, but that was the living He-Man, Superman in my world. Even when
Yeah.
I thought about going to see him in the hospital, it's the one moment I broke down and cried because, I couldn't imagine seeing him looking weak. And it challenged me, um, very strongly. And I even tried to avoid it at his funeral. I just didn't want to see that particular man like that because that was not the symbol he was for me. And seeing him like that, it really hurt me. And so it is, just, and even me and Dirty, we did not as much communication, but we hit each other up every once in a blue moon on Instagram. So I did value everyone. Um, but this wake up call was a little different for me as I was um, getting to that honest place. And it was like as soon as that air was cleared, boom, gone. There was no time to show the action. There was no time to prove it to everyone else that, there was this balance and we found this balance. So we're going to show you what we're going to do with this balance. So now I'm all talk while everybody is kind of judging my talk. So, it's a hard position to be in, but I know what the plans were. And I know our center has always been music, all of us. So that's what I'm going to continue to focus on, irregardless. And it makes a difference in my world, a humongous one. Like I said, only guy I cried to is Sip. To this day, I've gotten very hard, but he knew me before that, and he's the person I was comfortable with in that manner. And I feel it was vice versa. Not that I'm the only one. I know there are a lot of other female friends he had that were close and understanding for him. But um, that being said, that don't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? What we had going on is what we had going on. So it's not about hurting anybody's feelings, or if I did, I don't know that there's anybody feelings to hurt, to be real. You know what I mean? I know what I know. So, that's what I speak on in celebrating the man that I love, the man that I cared about. So, as far as everything else goes, it's time for everybody to grow up. It's not about that. It's about exposing and expressing all the things that we didn't say about this man in a way that is public and present and there's unapologetic. It's not about whatever you're feeling personally. This is a celebration, and that's what this is. So everybody, I feel like male, female, everybody all around needs to get over themselves and lift these two men up like they deserve to be.
Yeah, and see that it made me smile for you to say like, yeah, definitely, of course. Yeah, that's not what we meant remembering about Sip, but I just say at the least to say it respectfully. Bro had his way of being a ladies' man in some
I
places.
wasn't even I wasn't even saying that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sip had a
I
way
just
with
wouldn't.
people.
Yeah,
You hear me?
I would.
Don't get
I
it
wouldn't want to
twisted.
get it misconstrued. I wouldn't want to
That's not
get it
what I meant.
misconstrued. We give him.
I
We
can
give
see
him my
how it
brother
could be
his player
misconstrued.
points. His player points around here. Like he ain't. Yeah, he ain't able to
My
speak. We gonna.
everybody,
Yeah,
everybody, everybody love my dude, males and
yeah.
females. That's what I'm saying.
God,
It's not
buddy.
about the sex. You hear me? It's about the
Oh yeah.
connections.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
point. Exclude.
Hey,
Everybody is trying to make it about more than that. It got a daggone thing to do with that. Man or
he,
woman, he could transcend, and that's
come
it.
on now,
It don't
Josh. It
matter.
might nothing to do with that now. We know, you know, we know, you know.
I know. I mean, I have my opinion, but that's not what I'm here to speak
Yeah,
on. I'm here
yeah,
to speak on why that man was great. And the same things I saw that was great about him is what every last man, woman, boy, girl, child saw in that
yeah,
same man. How we appreciated him and how we showed it, that was different.
yeah. True statement. True statement. Yeah, man. I want to big him up. Like I definitely. When we go to the homecoming, I want it to be a celebration. Like I don't want us to have an energy where people getting offended, where they
No,
crying, where they sad.
I might cry.
No,
I'm
I
working on
know.
it.
No, I'm not saying the vibration of like not crying. I'm saying the vibration of like drums, like drums are beating, like you upbeat, even if you crying tears of joy. Whatever it is, it's
Right,
like it's better. You are here right now. At some point, we're gonna have our time to be in that world. And hopefully we fighting for that world, for this world, the same way we need people to go, because you always gonna leave people here. You
right.
always gonna leave people here. And I think Sip is in a better place. I think Dirty, they are literally in a better, and the reason why I say this is um Samson, bro, got sick. He got sick. So it got to a point to where the cancer had spread so much that his body wasn't gonna do anything different. And when his heart stopped beating for 18 minutes and he came back, it's like, whoa, like bruh's a magician, because he was speaking the next day and they thought possibly he wouldn't get brain activity. But it's almost like he came back to tell everybody bye, like to for it to be a certain kind of way. But at the end of the day, to see that situation, it was like always encouraging that the mind still said he could move, but his body was too weak to move still. Almost like a robot or something. You can actually see him, then he'll look at me, say, "Dang, bro, like help me move." Like so, it's making me see now how all the worlds after the eclipse, to me, dark and light, it's all connected. I'm just starting to realize that there's a connection somewhere, and then when you can master that connection, you create a network or an environment of where you can make anything happen. Like you can make anything happen if you're able
Absolutely.
to overstand all these worlds as one. I think the majority of things up until this point that has been taught to us is like a division and conquer. Like you don't, until it gets to this point where you start saying, "Damn, people will kill people over $100. People will kill people over $200." Like,
Less than
um,
that.
wow, is money your creator? I know it says, in God we trust. It's the craziest things in the world, but it's almost like you can't even say them or explain them to people. And yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I say, man, Dirty Mac was one of the best people. Him and Sid. But as far as generous, actually giving or doing stuff for other people, oh my gosh, like yeah, you don't see too many people that are able to. Yeah, it's different. It's different, and I think we are now getting to the days where you have to love yourself enough to know that you are, like Cat Williams say, your star player. You your star player. Everyone else around you is a co-star. So if that co-star is shining light, it's still brighter than your light. Both of y'all light are shining. Like you the star of your movie. If you the star of your movie, here, if this is your movie right now and I'm a co-star, what are we doing besides helping your light shine? We can't hear you,
Can't
bro.
hear him.
We
No, I
can't hear
can't
you.
hear you.
Yeah, your camera muted. I mean, your mic muted
Nah,
or
I
something.
forgot
But
I muted you
oh, okay.
Oh,
because
okay.
I had to use the restroom.
Yeah.
I said my goddamn movie is a fucking horror film.
Hey,
Okay,
come closer to the mic, bro. We can't really hear you.
nah, you should be hearing me through here. But I said it's a horror film. Okay, the reason why it's a horror film is because I look around and look at my fellow man, and
Yeah,
they it's like The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? They're a
yeah,
bunch of little robots who can't think
Mm-hmm.
for themselves, can't deduce logic from how they feel, and be quite frank with you, they really not too bright. So one thing I do like about the eclipse is that it gave people a chance to think about what's going on outside of this planet, outside of this earth? How is this making it dark here? Okay, there's this thing called the moon. It's going right in front of the sun to create a shadow on the earth. So for me, I'm like, maybe the kids will think about something more than fucking TikTok or what they want to
And it did
be when
happen.
they
They were
grow
screaming out
up.
here in my neighborhood.
Oh
Them little
yeah,
kids were
man.
screaming. They were screaming
Yeah,
everything. Hey,
That's
yeah,
sad.
what did it look like to you? Did you watch it?
yeah.
I did. I was outside watching it.
All right.
Oh,
Once I
it was
noticed
an
it was
event for
getting
me.
dark.
I've been waiting years for it, so
So
I'm all
when the
about it.
sun when the moon got close to the sun, did it look like it got there pretty fast? Like it was almost like a film projector, like it went away, like it swerved a little bit. I don't know. What did y'all see?
Well, I had some glasses, so when you looked up in the glasses, it was a part where it was right before it was totally eclipsed. It was like an optical illusion. It looked like it was three moons back to back
Yep.
Yeah,
right before it
yeah.
did the total eclipse. You know what I mean? But I mean, first off, the moon itself is perfectly round. There is nothing that perfect in the universe. The universe does not operate that way. So some believe, I might be one of those, I'm not sure yet, that the moon is actually not a natural structure to our solar system. So I'm just
And
going to go
what
ahead
is
and
the
throw that.
opinion on what it is if it's not natural?
Well, that's up for you to come to, but it is a fact that the moon rang like a bell for like a half an hour. That's an actual fact that the moon rung like a bell.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
Yeah, check
That's
it out.
interesting.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So that
I'm
whole
into the
eclipse,
soul. I'm into the universe, so
here's another one
very
for you for the
interesting.
moon. Because my great grandmother swore up and down till the day she died that we never landed on the moon. We was they was in some way in New Mexico or Arizona,
I
doing
heard
that
that
flight.
also.
Yeah, but there is 2 minutes of missing footage of the moon landing where Neil Armstrong says, hey, they're looking at us, they're watching us. That's
For
an
real.
actual fact transcript that you can Google and get the whole conversation because they cut it off on the news here. But people with transistor radios who was using the handheld devices could still hear the conversation, and that is the actual factual transcript from the world government.
So, straight up, free spirit was good. What you got us? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Oh, we doing great. We doing great. How you
How you
doing
doing,
today?
Mama?
I'm well. Thank you for
Good
asking.
night, King. Good night, King. Yeah. So yeah. So what is your take? What do you think about the eclipse?
Mm,
How are you feeling? How are you feeling the day after the eclipse?
mm. Honestly, I don't know if I felt anything different. Honestly,
God
um,
body.
I
God
it was
body.
good to see. I put some intentions out there, so I guess I have to be patient and see what happens.
Tenfold. Tenfold. Yeah. So what have we talked about tonight that you would want to touch on? Like the eclipse and remembering Sip. Like yeah. What you had you want to touch on? Being present. Like yeah. What you want to touch on?
Well, them being your friends, I can kind of say I grew up with them.
Yeah.
And Sip and Samson, very good people. I remember I had a ticket in North Dallas, and I was like 18 or 19, and I got pulled over by the police and decided to act stupid with the police. Mad I got pulled over. I was wrong, and they put me in a paddy wagon and said, I have to go to what is it called? I forget the name of it. Like if you were drinking, but I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
But anyway, Samson was in the back of that paddy wagon laughing at me. He was like, "What you doing here?" Blah, blah, blah. And I was crying. I have never been handcuffed or anything.
Oh, y'all
so.
end up there at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, "Don't cry. I'm gonna tell your brother it's okay." And it was like he was a veteran.
Yeah.
Not
And
a veteran.
yeah, they were just cool, man. Very cool. They will be
Nah,
missed.
there's been a lot. There's been a lot here. That I think, like I say, I think the spiritual and physical are intertwined, and where we're starting to recognize the connection. The connection to the what they call the inner God, inner chi, all these different things. I think we're starting to see that once we realize what it is, we have a connection with everything. It's like we're kind of realizing getting that spark back. But the worst things are gonna have to happen for us to really realize, for us to be more valuable with our time or our energy or our space, for us to recognize how important that energy is. I think that there might have to be even worse things to happen. It's crazy. It's crazy to even think about.
No, it ain't crazy. That's exactly what need to happen. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people on the planet.
Wow.
The human being species
Hold
is
on.
pretty much like a virus. We consume everything. We give nothing back. We don't respect nature. We don't respect ourselves. Yeah, I'm pro Thanos. The Avengers had it wrong.
I am too.
Snap my fingers. Half of the people need to go. I mean, 85% of the people you encounter is an idiot anyway. You walk surrounded by a bunch of morons.
Fact.
So, I mean, what good are they providing to nature, to the planet, to you? You know what I'm saying? You can't even have a good intellectual conversation with nobody these days. And I'm the kind of guy, if I'm talking to you and I can't get nothing in return that I can think about or learn from, it's a waste of my time. That's why I don't say shit.
Okay, so could it be possible? Ding. I think this is the part in this world where there's a problem. We all on here now, could we all hold each other accountable? Is there anything that somebody could say to you if they don't raise their voice, if they don't cuss, and what they say to you is true? Could you accept what they say, or is it possible that even though it's true, it might offend you?
Both.
Hey man, the truth hurts. Truth hurts. Period.
I say yes, but I also say truth is perspective. What you see is truth may not be true to me.
Hold on, does somebody have a device on where it's echoing?
Somebody needs to turn down their volume.
Something happened. Something changed. I don't know. Yeah, but keep going up. My bad.
No, I was just saying, as far as like truth, like you could be trying to tell somebody like the truth, but it could be like what you see as the truth. And I'm not saying that person is in denial, but they may just see it completely different. But at the same time, if somebody tells me the truth, I can accept it. Yes.
Okay, so if somebody's telling the truth,
I'll be back.
And both people have two different truths, give me an example of how you think that could happen. Like we are talking about the Eclipse and remember Sip, but we definitely want to get to me, I want to get to a place where everybody that I love or care about, or people that I gotta be close to, I have to be able to trust those people. They have to be able to trust me. If something fell out of the sky, boom, and no electricity or nothing, we should be able to depend on each other, that we would start making the correct adjustments or whatever for survival. Just whatever situations you see over time, a lot of people meet people, and they were people for not a season, but a reason. Something that they should have learned so they don't keep continuing making the same choices. So if somebody is real with you about something that's indisputable, about what's going on. You just choosing to feel like you're attacked, or they're saying it a certain way to you, but everything they're saying is true. Um, how could it be a person's perception, you know, per se, versus us learning how to be accountable, um, yeah, accountable for just reality, like being present. When I say be present, 10 minutes ago doesn't matter right now. Um, Before the day started, you probably never thought, 30 minutes ago, you probably never thought, I'm gonna get on here and be on this live and I'm gonna be able to feel myself. It'll feel natural. It's like, it's no problem. This is easy. Um, Slim PJ, first time being on, he's like, it's no problem. Once we become present, the past doesn't matter because the past is just a testimony after that. But if you hold on to the past and bring it in the present, now you might feel like you felt in the past in the present when it's not even presently there. It doesn't even exist. So a lot of people have petty bickering and arguing, oh, you did this to me 10 years ago. And then there's the amount of things that's happening in this world today. You start realizing all that stuff, what I've seen with losing two people around me, man, all that petty stuff and this and that, it doesn't even matter. Only your purpose of why you came here, that's the only thing that truly matters. Like, so I'm trying to smash the gas and be on that as tough as possible. I don't ever want a disagreement with somebody around me that I can't get past the disagreement, that we can't verbally communicate exactly what it is to get past that disagreement. Um, I don't want to wait till somebody's deathly ill or sick, or you realize something happened and you didn't tell that person you cared, or you had a petty bickering argument going on with them about something that happened a long time ago, but you were in your ego too much to get past it. They was in their ego too much to get past it. It's like, this is what I've learned after the eclipse. I refuse to have small conversations or small arguments or beefs and stuff like that people have. I think it's no reason. There's no reason in this world after all this not to be present. To me, I seen a lot of people looking at the eclipse, seeing kids screaming, all kind of stuff. I said, it's time to be present. Like, all the other stuff don't matter. If stuff comes up, anything that something comes up about you, you should be able to laugh about it because it's a testimony. Even if it is true to where it offends you, look at it like a testimony. Don't look at it like somebody telling your business, somebody talking about you. Don't make it where it's a repetitive conversation, because if you tell what you do, nobody else can expose you. Shout out to P Diddy, the diddler. I don't know, whatever they call. Hey, man, I like when he broke big bills. I say, man, if that's true, allegedly, if that's true, hey, man, it's like it's raw
Man,
times with it. Like, yeah,
this shit been said years ago. You remember that documentary that we had going around years ago called The Truth About Hip Hop and how
yeah,
all the motherfuckers gating the motherfucker? You know what I mean? Come on, man. P. Diddy in the dancing, and he got popular being producing a bunch of R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look,
yeah,
the pretty boys, look, no offense, pretty boys, I don't want to hear y'all shit, but the motherfuckers be half a fag, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in the mirror as much as your girl, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm old school. Like, I don't want to hear that you need to pluck your eyebrows. Nigga, you gay. So, that's
I
just
believe that's
me.
what they signed up for. I don't believe you make it to a certain status without dibbling dabbling in a few things.
Yeah, you gotta
So
let that old white man
yeah.
fuck you in the ass. You gotta let that old white
oh
man
my
take that
gosh,
booty, that
oh
old
Jesus
Jewish
Christ,
man,
They gotta
and
get a
oh
little
spread them
action.
cheeks and
say,
smile.
yeah, clap them
Yeah,
cheeks,
and
bro.
then you good.
You can't, yeah, you got, it. Yeah, but so all right, so after this eclipse, after this conversation,
What happened to Diddy? I was having fun with that.
Yeah. Nah, this is not the topic. You know, we can't venture off.
No, okay, all right,
We can't. Yeah, we can't venture off that bad. Not today. We
Take
can.
that. Take that.
Yeah. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh, he
Word,
took that.
word,
He
word,
took
word,
that.
word. But yeah,
Yeah, next time, I get all over
seriously. Hey, yeah. So the dealer, he's it will be something to talk about. But yeah, closing out. What's the overall perception after the conversation we had today? We'll see, who's gonna go first. But what's y'all closing statement as to the eclipse and remembrance Sip? I guess I will jump it off for us. So with the eclipse, like I said, everything coming to the eclipse for me was dark. And I'm gonna say dark. God body, we got Scha back up in here. Got
I'm
Scha, she
back.
done pull back up. Scha, God body, what's the business?
Not too much, man.
Already, yeah. So we're gonna let you close. So once again, this March 4th, my bad, March 13th. Long live Dirty Mac. March 13th. This is before the
Long
eclipse.
live dirty.
Long live Dirty Mac. God body.
Mm.
Sounds.
Salute.
And like I say, this was probably early December. By the beginning of March. Never seen. This is the man that Scha just said was her male version of Superman. Yeah, if y'all
Yeah.
ever seen the way this king was
Most
built,
deaf.
the way this king was built, yeah, God body,
Yeah.
yeah, long live Dirty Mac. We talking about March 13th. 1 + 3 is what? April 4th. Wow, unbelievable. If somebody if somebody would have told me I started my mind off like that, I would be like, oh, I mean, you tripping. Wow. Man. But you know what? All in all, my brother's with his child. He with
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
son. That they don't have any inhibitions, no disagreements no more about the worldly stuff, about what people doing in the world. None of that exists. None of that
No.
exists.
True
None of that
story.
exists no more.
Mm-mm.
You know, God body, the eclipse and Sip, bro. Right before the eclipse, you was that darkness to bring light. God body, you forever love. Long live crime. But yeah, my closing statement is exactly that. Love the people you're around. Like be a lawyer. Like teach people to grow. Don't not have the hard conversations and hold grudges for years. Don't do that with nobody. With nobody you're around. And be, I know people don't want to hear everything. Nobody wants to hear everything or feel like they doing stuff wrong. The hardest for me is when I'm the wrongest and I know it was wrong, when something in my spirit say, man, don't do that shit. And I go do it anyways, and then somebody find out, it's like, oh, now you in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you found out. Yeah, don't be one of the people that get caught and feel like people in your business. Look, we're all one. So it's gonna become a time where you can't hide who you are. Like you can't hide from yourself. And that's the biggest part of going to it. It's like some people are not willing to change. Be a person that changes. Before this live, I was a different person than I am going to be after this live. You know why? Because I've connected to other energies. Like I help their
Absolutely.
energy feel, they help my energy feel. It's like we're not feeding off of one person. We're going to feed off each other. Like they just ideas. A lot of these things, ideas, words, energy, is free. It's free, but it's what builds buildings. You put $1 billion in the field and say, build me a building. The $1 billion can't get up and build you a building. it might purchase the materials or whatever, but we have to start looking like we are the connection. Like we can
That
think
is
we
the
don't have
have to
to.
Christian
evolve.
version of faith without works is dead.
Faith without
Same
works is
same thing
dead,
for the
and that's what's happening now. We did the McDonald's, we did the fast food, we did everything so quick, and then now everything has went up so fast, and people don't have, and they want it so quick, and you're young and you don't want to work, you're gonna go take what's somewhere else. Yeah, it's a flight or flight mentality, and once you're connected to a higher source, you have to give kids the people's frontal lobes are not normally developed to mid 20s, but however which way we all
Man,
remember
don't
the
make
the
it. It's a
clips
bitch ass
and
nigga
remembering
society.
crime. You say what?
It's a bitch ass nigga
Oh man,
syndrome.
look, say we're on the line. Yeah, we got to find better vocabularies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
No,
but
on this
yeah,
one, I mean it with a capital B and a
I mean,
capital
no, but
N.
I'm saying
You
on the
know,
You can
what not?
still
you
be
We have
loving light and,
yeah,
know when
yeah,
somebody a bitch ass
yeah.
nigga.
We definitely had
no,
to,
if you're
but yeah,
robbing people just because you don't want to go out and get your own, that's what I'm talking about. You just a
bruh,
sorry
Yeah,
excuse for a human being.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
we'll
Is
we'll
it's a
leave
to
it at
go
very
out
greedy human
and
being
very
and
greedy.
heartless with
that's a
how
lost
they
soul.
achieve that
It's a
wealth.
lost soul,
And yeah,
man.
that is a
You know what I'm
lost soul if
saying?
they would take a life. But
And
I feel
Lost
like there's a
soul.
lot
until we
of
start making
personality traits that build that. And I
the
try not
Yeah.
to judge because I don't know what happened. So for me, people don't understand that. I didn't even understand until I was older and accepted what had to be the truth, right? So I had to have been, and not to change the positive vibe, but molested as a child. So whenever
Mm.
my the person that I gave my virginity to believed I wasn't a virgin, right? I was heartbroken. Right now, I've lost my value. So you can't then begin to judge me based off of that until I realized what had happened to me, so I could understand my own worth.
well,
So
see,
I
that's the
feel
whole
like
problem
sometimes
right
we're
there.
judging people while they're still trying to figure it out themselves. And until they're complete with their walk, you really can't judge them unless you can, read the pages of their every thought. And even you don't even know what you've been through at times, why you might have some kind of trauma that has built a thought process that you use as a guard. And for musicians, that's the alter ego thing. And sometimes you become that alter ego and you live and you walk
Well,
and talk as that alter ego. So, it's about a comfort zone and an understanding. And as long as you learn and grow and listen to others and you can learn from their experiences, we should all be able to see where one another is coming from at some point as adults.
excuse me. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page here. You
It
talking
is.
about understand, not
I'm
judging
talking
somebody
about
or what?
not
I'm talking about
understanding
the
where they
guy
came
who
from.
he took a man's life, and until
Okay, so you
people
know
like
how I
that
feel
is
about it.
hold on, until people like that is not only held accountable, but they are put on display. The dude who molested you
Agreed.
should be put on display. Instead of
Agreed.
us sitting down watching America's Got Talent, we should be sitting down as a family with the popcorn watching America's Got an Execution for
I
scumbag
agree.
motherfuckers just like that. The
I'm
dude who
not
took
saying they
Sip's
shouldn't
life.
be without punishment. I'm saying
Well,
I try not to label them as something because I don't know what brought them to that dark place, if that makes sense.
it makes sense. You just being a little
I'm not going to say that
kind.
they don't deserve to be punished.
I'm a
If
little
they would
harsher
allow
than
me
that.
to, I would kill them myself. But since that's illegal and I'm a mother,
I get
right,
it.
I have to
Well,
think from a
that's
different point of view.
yeah. You're a little bit politically correct with it, and I'm very
Something like
unpolitically
that.
correct with it.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
was
Fuck
trained
that
by the
dude. He's a
church.
bitch ass dude. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be a whole nother conversation in itself.
Exactly.
Cause yeah, that I'm like, we can do this all night long. I gotta
You
work
know what I'm
tomorrow, but
saying?
you
Hey, yeah,
know,
for real,
Right?
you know what I'm
for
saying?
real
Shit,
But
talk.
yeah. Uh,
ultimately, it's
I,
not fair and it deserves to be punished. But I try not to judge why.
well, I
Um,
get it, and I
I don't
understand
know.
this is a tribute thing for SIP and the Eclipse, but these are things that need to be discussed in our community with this epidemic in our community of this type of foolishness going on. I feel like this is the perfect platform as a tribute to SIP for us to discuss the real fucking issue, which is it's bitch ass nigga season.
The real
Yeah,
issue
it's
is
bad
that I'm
people.
not allowed to take an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth anymore. That I'm not
That's in the
allowed
Bible.
to make it
That's Old
match.
Testament.
So
That's
that's
Old
my
Testament.
problem with society
It's
today, but
socially
there's nothing I can do about that. So as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned, I should be able to walk up and pop the guy, but that's not the society I live in. We have
And
to
that's
bow
very
to where
unfortunate.
we are.
Yeah, I
and I have
know. That's some bullshit.
I have to say that even in this situation, to keep it real, and what's happened to the brother, I've learned, hey, let them people do their job. The street
Hmm.
justice, it never ends for real. This is the
Exactly.
one time where I even realized it myself. It's like, now I'm not saying that the system doesn't do things that hasn't always been great things for people either. I'm not saying that's the overall answer in this world. The overall answer is actually learning better, learning more, not thinking that things are going to come quick. You have to get to the point of being present to where you can learn to manifest things in your own mind. And a lot of time that takes a lot of work. It doesn't take,
Hmm.
I want to have this right now. I'm going to go get it from somebody, take it from somebody. Somebody better go get it. It doesn't resolve around that type of mindset. And that's what's been taught up until this point. Everybody can pick out the differences, but they can't pick out similarities. They can pick out what's different. I'm this, I talk like this, they're this, but they
Always the
can't pick out.
negative.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So there's a
Yeah, always the
mentality.
negative.
There's a subject. There's a study. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, where they put the rats in like a dirty place where they actually feces are being put. They don't clean the cages, and then they put it where they have playtime. They can run around the wheel. They have all type of little tricklets on the other one. These
It was
rats, they
called
can
Rat
train them.
Park.
Yeah,
Rat
they're
Park,
smart.
and they was
They can
happy.
train them. But the ones
Yeah.
that are living in the field, nasty water, and all that, something happens where they start raping. The rats start raping. That
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I
S-A,
said I don't judge.
S-A. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
because of
rats
the
start doing the
society that
same
we
thing.
raised in. Yeah,
So
Hmm.
we
so
surrounded by a bunch of rats.
so
I
yeah, so
mean,
why is it not possible that if things become scarce in humanity and some people have a lot and some people have nothing and they know what type of situation you're in, who's to say that they don't start encouraging you to do certain things for money? Like something else becomes
I
your
get it.
creator or your master.
I get
Something
it.
else is your
I get
master.
it.
And when we look at the survival that people are going through right now, something else is obviously, became the master. Um, it's starting to be obvious what's taking place. Now, is there something we can do about it? That's why that is the purpose of us connecting. So, I say once again, long live Icewater. Long live Dirty Mac.
Salute.
Because
Salute.
yeah, so salute. Major salute to y'all, because if y'all don't choose to go before us, then this never happens.
Yeah.
Flat
True.
out. Like I'm the person that's gonna have to say a lot, because if these situations don't take place, then certain things never happen. If I didn't spend 2 years of podcasting with Dirty Mac, then the person that I am and being able to do what I'm able to do today, it would have never happened. Yeah, so I have to tell part of the past, because it's telling you how I got there, how I was led here, but it's not telling you who I am today. Like I
Well
can't
said.
tell none of these goddesses or guys who they are today. And when I say that respectfully. Like, because they're forever growing, but we're part of God's body. Like that might be a finger, that might be the other finger, I might be a toe, that might be another toe. Like at the end of the day, we're all part of the same thing that should be working in the same direction. In closing, yeah, who else? Who's up next? Who you want to shoot for?
I go
I'm
since
gonna
everybody
speak.
all quiet. Oh,
In
Closing statement.
closing, I want to thank you all for this opportunity. I don't get up and speak. I never do this, but I enjoyed myself, and
Fine.
it was just good to, say a few words about Sip and Samson and the Eclipse. So I bid you all a farewell and a blissful night.
Have a blessed
God
night,
body.
goddess.
You
same
too.
here.
God body. God body. One love. Appreciate you. God is tenfold. Love.
Well, I
Y'all
go.
through. I need to end it out. Y'all gonna
No.
where we go?
Well, I guess
Uh,
I go. Yeah, man. The eclipse. People look into how the universe works. Look into what the solar system really is. It's a lot more to what we've been taught than we want to accept looking up in the sky. All of those stars that you're looking at are suns, just like the one that brings us life and warmth and all of that good jazz. So just put that in perspective when you're looking up in the sky at night or when you have some solar event. Think beyond this planet because I was once told that there's more stars than there are grains of sand on this planet. So think about
I've
that.
heard.
Yeah. Think about that when everyone's just looking up instead of looking down. What are they looking at? Because we are taught what to think instead of how to think. So do some research on that instead of P Daddy taking it in the booty. You know
Oh
what I'm
crap.
saying? Use that thing between your ears for more than just a hat rack. And big ups to Dirty and Samson. And Sip, or as I call them, Bruiser and Crime. You know what I'm saying? They will be missed. They was my brothers from another mother. I mean, me and Sip, we ran track together in high school. You know, that was my sophomore year. That's how long we've been rolling. Shit. So yeah, man. People who've been around that long, you cherish them. At least call them and tell you love them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be best of fucking buds. We done grew up, moved on, got families. We busy. But at least let them know, hey, man, I was thinking about you. And don't do it down around the damn holidays like the rest of these sheeple.
Right.
Do it just to
Yeah.
do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need Mother's Day to tell my mother I love her. I love her every day. So something for y'all to think about. Cherish your family. Cherish your friends. Shit, I ain't been seeing eye to eye with Pops. But looking at what's going on with Sip, I know my father ain't going to be here too much longer. So enjoy him, even if he is an asshole from time to time. It's real shit.
Right.
In
That
Only
closing.
was
get
well
one.
spoken. Well spoken. Well spoken. Um, I would like to say something in closing, and I'm just gonna make it quick because I think whatever hasn't been said is well known by all the people who love both Dirty and Sip. But that being said, you spoke on when Dirty, his heart stopped for 18 minutes. And what I thought to myself was when he came back, he was showing you the strength that he embodied as that man. It's so interesting that even the name his parents chose for him was perfect. He turned out to be that perfect, strong symbol of that name, and I feel like even in his passing, he was still that symbol of strength, even in that weakness. So that's a detail I didn't know, and all I could think was classic Dirty, right? He has this strong spirit, powerful spirit, and I feel Sip had one of those too, but he used it when necessary rather than like ruling with an iron fist. And what we
That's
loved
the way
about
I
him
like to
is
roll. That's
is
how I roll.
of course, because that's why he's not here with us. You understand? Because that he had that kind of heart, and it's
True.
that kind heart and that spirit that has
True.
gotten me to calm down a bit, and take a step back. With that being said, again, like Keiki says, the energy it is absolutely endless. And that's why we are still encouraged by the lives of both those men. And that energy is left there for us to see in pictures and in their music, both the heart and the softness. That the softness everybody doesn't get to see, all right? So if you got to see it, you're blessed. And we should appreciate that, and knowing that we all have those levels, those ups, those downs, the highs, the lows, and that we've got to learn, what's the right balance where we feel comfortable, and where we are being good to others, and it's kind of a give and receive. And that again reminds me of that eclipse. It reminds me of, I know I'm Bible beaten, but the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
Are you
And one of those
holy roller?
conversations, yeah, a little bit. I was trained to be, but I'm not religious at all. Deeply spiritual, but it is what it is. I'm biblically trained, so I refer to the Bible a lot. But it's the same, right? I used to say, well, I feel nice people will end up a little sterner, stern people will end up a little nicer, as we learn where even my niceness used to fail me. And it's like Sip knew where it failed him, right? But his kind heart wouldn't allow him to change.
That's
And so it was, his kindness overpowered him. And that's why it was overpowering to everyone else. And so even in the eclipse, it was the symbol of both men to me, both that light and that dark. And they were high-fiving in the sky in my world, along with a lot of other symbols that everybody would think I'm crazy if I spit out. But, God is real. It doesn't matter how you understand what is happening. It matters that you understand, and that you begin to make the changes you can make by changing yourself, and by learning to appreciate people for who they are, not wait until they've passed on to appreciate their value and their worth in your life. And I'm going to leave it at that.
God, buddy, you did that, man. See, you see what they got on there? They saying powerful words, Scha.
Yeah.
Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all came here with us.
present. Word of me, yeah. The question is, how can you be in the past and in the future and still be in the present? Hey, the present is a gift. Open up the flower of life, right? Consistency is key, baby.